Hi everyone, Sunday, April 17th, going towards the end of Easter, and I'm not in Santiago. As you can see, we have escaped. Santiago is so busy right now. It is crazy busy with pilgrims, which is great to see because we've been waiting for pilgrims for a few years now, since the pandemic hit. I have some numbers from the Pilgrims office. Tuesday, April the 12th, we had 800 people, 799 people got their Compostelas. Wednesday the 13th, 1608. Thursday the 14th, 2036 people got their Compostela on that day. Friday the 15th, 2,576 pilgrims got their Compostela that day. And Saturday the 16th, 2,185 got their Compostela on Saturday. And the number's probably going to be about the same today, I'm thinking. Of course, it's Easter. People are using the Easter break to walk. Most people of the 2000s that got the Compostelas each of these days probably started in Sarria. We drove last weekend, to my father-in-law. So we were passing Arzua and Melide on the way, and you could see just a long queue of pilgrims walking towards Santiago. And there was actually a story on the Galician TV that day, that's about a week ago, and they were counting, and you could see that there was about 30 pilgrim a minute that passed during the peak time between Arzua and Melide. So you could say that you're not going to be alone if you're walking the Camino, especially the last bit from Sarria. It's going to be busy. You're going to meet a lot of people. For some people that's good. For some people that prefer the solitude, it's not so good, but that's what it is. So I think we could say that the Camino is back, at least the last bit, as to where we were before the pandemic hit. What it looks like before Sarria and on the other routes, I think it's pretty busy in general. But I would actually look at, there's been a lot of activity in the live. We have a live from the Camino prefix on the forum. I'll link to it below in the video, where you could see, I think we have about 12 or 15 different pilgrims walking different routes right now, and they're talking about their experience walking right now on the forum. That's I think that's the most up-to-date information you can get on lodging, on anything related to what it's like walking right now, is just to look at that section. And if you have questions, ask the pilgrims that have started the thread, and ask them if they have maybe answers to some of your questions. I would not expect long answers from them because they're walking and they're tired, but at least you could read what they say there in that section. What else? There's a new mask as of April the 20th. The central government in Madrid have said that they're going to lift the requirement of wearing a mask inside. There are some exceptions, and what the exact exceptions are has not been written down yet. The law that they're going to approve has not been, as far as I understand, written yet, but they're working on it. And it looks like you don't have to wear a mask inside if you don't want to, except for, it seems like you have to wear it in a pharmacy. That's still required. You have to still wear it if you go to a hospital or any medical office. And all public transport, you still need to wear a mask. If you take any public transport, mask is still required. Except from that, it seems like the mask will no longer be required to wear inside in Spain as of the 20th, as of in 3 days. So that's good news. Although there's not required to wear the mask, you'll find that most people, I would suspect, will still wear a mask because they just feel like it. So as it is with, for example, now you're walking in the streets of Santiago, you'll see that a lot of people still wear a mask outside, although it's not required. So that's that. That's good news. I did set up a webcam. I'm playing with the idea of finding a place where I could send up a webcam in Santiago. Trying to find a place that doesn't bother too many people. That to have a camera up and running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just to get the feel for the vibe and for the what the weather's like and what things looks like in Santiago. Of course, I have to juggle a little bit. I don't want to film people's, privacy-wise. I have to be careful. So right now there's a camera up. You could see it on the front page of the Camino Forum. If you go there, you could really just see some rooftops, and the bottom right corner is the Cathedral of Santiago, and then you see a lot of sky. I've done it that way because I don't want to intrude on people's privacy. So I'm looking for a better spot to put the camera, but as for now, that's what it looks like. What else? I've gotten a message from a pilgrim during the last week saying that he was under the impressions that the public albergues in Galicia were actually not that full. That many pilgrims were choosing to book private accommodation, private albergues or private pensions or hotels. And he was saying that some of the public albergues were a bit worried because they were not that full. Not sure if this is the case or not, if maybe it was one place, or I don't know if it's a generalized thing, but I'm thinking if it's the case, it may be because people are trying to think of, for COVID reason, not to sleep in big dormitories and maybe trying to stay away from the public albergue where you sleep together, a lot of people in a room. So I just thought I'd mention it. So it seems like it may not be as difficult to find a bed in a public albergue in Galicia as you might think. Of course, once the Easter week is over, things are going to slow down and calm down a little bit, and then it's going to pick up again pretty fast, because April, May is usually when the foreigners are walking, and then we're going to have summer, and we have August with the Spaniards, and September is going to be a big month for the foreigners again. But I just thought I'd mention it, that I got a message indicating that more people than normal are choosing private accommodation. What else? I did a walkthrough of Santiago 2 days ago on Friday, so I'll add that video of my walkthrough Plaza Cervantes, so you can get an idea for what the ambient is like in Santiago right now. It's what I'll do for next week is probably I'm going to walk down to the square in the morning, and I'll do a video from there. But as you can see here in Cervantes, it's a lot of people on Friday. It was very busy. Of course, on Friday we had 2,576 pilgrims coming in that day and getting their Compostela, so that was probably the big day, pilgrim-wise. So I think with that I'll call it a day, and then what I'll do is I'll tag at the end of this one, I'll tag a video that I made of one of the processions that we had going in Santiago in Old Town during Easter. So I'll add that to the end of this one, just one of the processions that I happened to stumble upon when I was going back down to the office the other day. So with that, hope things are good where you are. Stay safe. Ciao.